To talk about this with our guest, joining us on the show is Mr. B. L. Vohra, former DGP and Home Secretary of Manipur. Major General Sudhakar G, Senior Geopolitical and Strategic Defense Expert, also joins us. Dr. Mutasif Hussain Ladakhi, I beg your pardon, Ladakh Research Scholars Forum is also joining us on the show. And last but by no means the least, Mr. Alok Mehta, Editorial Director of India News, also with us on the program. Mr. Vohra, first up, what do you make of, how, of course, the Lieutenant Governor also addressed some critical questions? He made a very, very important point, if you notice, sir, that Ladakh is as sensitive, as some of the other parts of the country, which can easily be influenced by our adversaries, that is Pakistan and China. One should not make light of what's going on in Ladakh at this point in time, sir.
You're absolutely right, Vineet. LG said the right thing. Kargil is a very sensitive place, especially bordering China. We have had a lot of issues with China. People have been intruding here from that side. I think that should be kept in mind, should have been kept in mind, in fact. See, and the good part is that the government has now acted fast. They have sent an envoy. People are coming here to Delhi for talks. All that happened. But I think the action has been delayed, if you ask me, because, see, one is, of course, intelligence failure about this violence part. I think we should have acted fast. In fact, see, aspirations of the people are very important. They should have been kept in mind. What happens at the center? Generally, see, we generally allow the situation to go out of hand, whether it's Manipur or whether it is here and all. And any delay in solving the situation creates permanent problems thereafter. I think also 6 years ago, they were given UT, as you know, the status, and their aspirations were that they'll come better days. See, the aspirations of people is apart from development, which is taking place, their participation in the democratic process, which has not been there. I think that is what is really important. And talking of this person, Sonam Wangchuk, he has contributed a lot to society, contributed a lot to India. He has a worldwide name. People respect him a lot. They send him a lot. And I think this is a knee-jerk reaction, if you ask me, to arrest him and suddenly stop this. If there is a fault, definitely. If justice is fine, definitely the process of law has been abused, definitely action should have been taken. I think all that should be there. But I think there should be some democratic system. There are issues like employment, constitutional safeguards, all that I think should be kept in mind, and we should never delay these. People generally of India get impression is that areas which are in the fringes of the country, they get a raw deal. That should not happen. That is what I have to say, Vineet.
All right. Let me also, in fact, take a response to Dr. Mutasif on this. Dr. Mutasif, how are you placed? In fact, we spoke yesterday as well about this. Sonam has been arrested. Is that going to solve the problem?
Am I audible, Vineet?
Yes, you are.
Yes, hi. So, latest we've got this news that Sonam Wangchuk has been placed under arrest, right? So, I mean, Sonam Wangchuk has always been clear. He has always invited all sorts of investigations and he said that he's going to cooperate. So that's a completely different issue. What I want to, bring to the front here is today that it's been 2 days now and there has been no, clarification from the administration on the killing of the 4 students. Right, 4 youths have been killed. Of the 300, 200, 300 odd protesters, 70 of them are lying in the hospital with bullet injuries. Right, 4 of them have died due to these bullet injuries. And all of these distinguished panelists can themselves figure out what kind of a law and order situation are you creating? Where else in the country have the youths been subjected to bullets? I mean, does it make any sense? Last I checked, we were a democracy. We were being ruled by a rule of law. People in Ladakh were simply demanding their civic rights, constitutional rights. Right? And it is our basic right to ask for our fundamental rights. For the last 2 years, we've not had panchayat elections. We've not had municipal elections. our Hill Council is coming to an end of the term. Still, there's no notification about the new elections. So what are you trying to do? Ladakh has simply post 2019 become a quagmire of bureaucratic hurdles. For every little thing we have to go and beg the LG. Isn't it a democracy? Don't we need representatives? These are the simple demands that people of Ladakh have. All you had to do was come and talk with us with the intention of giving us what the constitution promises its citizens. Right? 4 people have been killed by bullet injuries, students, young 25-year youth. Where is the explanation from the administration?
Okay.
You need to find you cannot kill people because you do not agree to their view. All right, I agree. Burning of the BJP office, burning of the bus are extreme measures which cannot be, supported at all. But I mean, what are you equating apples with oranges? If you're, destructing, say, BJP office or the bus, does it mean that you can, kill people?
All right. Okay. All right. Let me get a response from. You made some strong points, Dr. Mutasif. Let me get our editorial director, Mr. Alok Mehta, to respond to you. Mr. Mehta, what side is right here? Obviously, the people of Ladakh are peeved, aggrieved, and bereaved at this point in time that they feel they have been neglected and have not had the same share of privileges that the rest of countries has enjoyed, and that's basic premise to their resentment and this uprising. Mr. Mehta?
Yeah, you're asking me. I think that this is the really very shocking, unfortunate also, the killing of the 4 innocent young men. But you see the number of people from the CRPF or police forces, they also injured. 30 people were injured. See, out of 40, they also very seriously injured. So I think this was the the inquiry will be there and then some result will come, report will come. We are not going to discuss this. But I think the development, you see, many times visited Ladakh with the Air Force people also earlier years, and then as a journalist in the area. So I know how situation was there. It's a very beautiful area. People are very innocent, very nice, very kind, and they celebrate Sindhu Nadi there, and then also the people go as a religious place also. They go to Bodh Mutt, they go to Pangong Lake. So the Chinese, they tried always this kind of thing, they troublesome. This time, we are having good communication with Chinese, Xi Jinping with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And you see, Jammu and Kashmir, I'm covering since long these elections also. Ladakh wanted a separate union administration, union status. So now, before 6 years back, it was okay. Now it's not with the part of the Jammu Kashmir. So the development started, the roads are there. If you go to Pangong Lake, such a beautiful, anywhere in the world you will not find such a good lake. So now the roads are better. Our army people also fighting there, and the Kargil is also there, the Leh is there. So these kind of very sensitive area, and somebody, I think, I'm not alleging, but there was some disturbance. That's why the foreign funding. You see the same case, Muhammad Yunus. When we invited with the Writers Guild also earlier, Muhammad Yunus, when he got the award, so India also welcomed that. Okay, in Bangladesh, somebody doing the Grameen Bank. But what happened? He became a puppet. What happened to Arvind Kejriwal? He was also very activist. He was doing something. And then what happened with the Delhi people? Why? Ultimately, they realized. So I think the same kind of somebody was, that's what I'm saying, somebody was using as a puppet on this kind of situation. And then they provoked suddenly, as Governor also mentioned about it. Nobody thought that there will be such a, even the CRPF people, they were sitting inside. The truck were burned. So you see, these kind of, without any plan, very, somebody was behind this all. So I think there should be maybe, and FCRA, why Home Ministry did now? Because earlier also number of NGOs, they were stopped. But now because they thought, okay, he was working for environment, it was very well known, internationally known. So, these people are used in Asian countries, or even in any other countries also. You see, these kind of people are used by somebody and they thought, okay, because then they also become a political ambitious. What I feel is Sonam Wangchuk wants a come in the political process. He should contest the Ladakh. I remember in Parliament, in Ladakh, Parliament member spoke so well. everybody was thumping on the table. So I think these kind of people, and that's now our friend guest talking about it, no representation. Ladakh represented in Lok Sabha also, in Parliament. And Jammu Kashmir Rajya Sabha election will be also there. So
all right, sir. All right, sir. So we do have a paucity of time. I also want General Sudhakarji to weigh in on this. General Sudhakarji, we spoke yesterday about this as well, but your response to the developments ever since?
Very unfortunate, Vinay. I must compliment all the previous co-panelists, very distinguished co-panelists, especially Professor Mutasif Hussain or Dr. Mutasif Hussain. First and foremost is the condolences to the departed soul. Very unfortunate. I think it must go out from the highest civilian authority in the council duty. It must go out. That point is well taken. It's a very good point made by you. There is an external factor. There is an internal factor, Vinay. We cannot discount anything happening in isolation or study in isolation. If Ladakh is burning today, there is very, very distinctive kind of things which will come into prominence in due course of time. There is a CIA angle, there is a ISI angle, there is also an angle of United Front Works Department of China, which came into existence in 1922, got refunded more than adequately post abrogation of Article 370, 5th August 2019, and the funding has been actually getting more and more. ISI and the United Front Works Department of China, they are operating hand in gloves in Bangladesh, as also Nepal and Asia. I'm sorry I'm bringing out all this despite absence of all the evidence, but since I am a student of geopolitics, I have been joining the dots. And when you further add it up to the tariff tyranny and a host of other issues, it comes to the point that India's progress and its strategic autonomy has to be stymied. India's progress means economic progress. The world today is conspiring against the smooth progress of India to middle level income kind of a country and thereafter a global power by 2047. Having said that, come to the internal issues, which is very important. Post abrogation of Article 370, China and Pakistan, they have joined hands with each other. They have adopted a counter strategy which is formidable from their perspective to teach India a lesson. And the extended standoff continues even as we are talking now. And although there is a thaw, we only hope and pray this thaw between China and India takes a progressive roadmap in times ahead. That time will tell us. But what I wish to highlight here, that anything taking place of this nature close to the border with China and Pakistan, in that particular thing, Nubra Valley and Khartugla and Leh and Ladakh, it is highly dangerous. Therefore, the demands of the people should be heard first. What is the demand of the people? Statehood. I have been there myself. I have served more than 3 tenures. I know the people as much as they know me. And I know the main victim who's been arrested also. But unfortunately, let me make a very simple statement.
All right, sir. Quickly, sir, we've run out of time. Yeah, we've run out of time, sir, but I appreciate your sentiment. And I hope there is going to be a peaceful resolution to the problems of the people of Ladakh. On that note, we're going to dip into a short break. More on the other side.